consulting firms as well. That's that. On the collections side, there's a couple companies out there that specialize in collections software. Now, why would you need to have a robust collections software when there's a single database where if you could just add if there's anything that's ripe for having a good collections module that's all attached to the system of record, it's collections, because collections is all about taking, older AR and then being able to create almost like a CRM type tool, but on the back end of CRM, like the dark side of CRM, where you're just kind of managing contacts and managing the workflow related to bringing that hard to get money in the door. Aderant has a really good collections module, but theirs took a while to get there. They used to have a terrible collections module, and Elite never had a collections module to speak of. And so a company called ARCS, A-R-C-S, ARCS, came up with a really good, robust collections module. The problem is that it was only a single directional sync, and it wasn't a real-time sync. And so you'd sync up ARCS with your financial system of record at, say, 4 o'clock in the morning every morning. So you wouldn't know, so the whole rest of the next day, you're a day behind on what happened the day before. So a partner who's responsible for a matter could make a call to a client asking for money, and that could be embarrassing because the client could say, I paid that 8 hours ago because of the syncing problem. So that's why it makes sense to have a best of breed, but it makes sense to have a real-time bidirectional sync on collections. And then the biggest ones are business intelligence, which is, taking your financial numbers and doing smart things. You guys know what BI is. Okay, so BI on your financials. So you take your financial data and you slice and dice it in cool ways to be able to do some predictive things and to do some lovely dashboards and to get dashboards, that are actionable into the presence of the lawyers, like as their own dashboard, so that they could take action on their statistics that matter to them. So Aderant has a BI tool. Elite has kind of given up on that, and so companies like Wilson and a couple other companies out there have really kind of taken the business intelligence market by storm.
Interesting. So that's helpful context. In terms of with the cloud and because what I've heard too is that Thomson Reuters is, on premise and very old school, but it sounded like, Aderant and Intapp, things like that were, I assume if they were on premise, that they were in the cloud or something like that. But I guess, high level, how is that migration to the cloud impacting this industry?
So interesting that is your perception. I will disavow you of it now. Aderant has a cloud product that they have just come out with called Expert Sierra, S-I-E-R-R-A, that is written in HTML5, so it renders the same on a tablet as it does on a desktop or a laptop type screen. They needed that because in the middle market, they had a product called Aderant Total Office, which was a financial and case management product, kind of a combo product for the middle market, say 20 lawyers to 70 lawyers, 20 lawyers to 100 lawyers maybe. And it was hideous. It was client server. It looked like the year 2000 all over again. It was ugly. It was functional, but it was ugly, super ugly. So they needed to come up with a product that would, serve the middle market. And Expert, it's their flagship product. Aderant's flagship product is called Expert. It is not in the cloud, and it will have a very, very difficult time going to the cloud for reasons that I can get into. They decided to create a new product, whole cloth, and they decided to write it in HTML5, which I think is a interesting idea to say the least. I mean, it looks good on a tablet, but it looks very, very spare on a desktop screen, and it does not have nearly the functionality that a big firm will need. Now, 10 years ago, Elite came out with 3E. 3E is a browser product as opposed to a either client server or what you call like an M-tier or a smart client or a 3-tier type of product.